Yo, 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 what's up? Welcome to another episode of TOTD. Your host, C. Lee.
Yeah, with G.
We're in the building, y'all. And as you can see, I got my cool shades on today. Because you know why?
Why?
Do you want to know why?
Yes, I want to know why.
We got a special guest in the building, man.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Who?
I'm going to take that. You want to know?
Yes.
Listen, it's not often that you get to talk to someone or meet someone who is inspired to you. And this young man who we're going to talk about today or talk with today, because as time is limited, we got to make sure this is a great opportunity for us to talk to him. It's the young man who inspired me and you to even do what we're doing right now.
And it's fun too.
It's fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy being with you. You're my brother from another mother.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to have this opportunity to talk to the one, the only, the great, the man, the myth, TD PHINS Talk. Let's go.
Right.
What's up, fellas? What's
man,
up,
I really
fellas?
appreciate this opportunity, man.
What's up? What's up? How you doing today?
I'm great, man. Just family life during the day and getting the business stuff together with the podcast and everything, man.
Yes, sir. We've been watching. I've been watching everything. The AFC, North, West, South, everything. I've been watching everything you do. Even late at night, man. I want to give you flowers really quick because me and Elwood started doing this because I was watching YouTube one day. And I saw this guy named Doug. Yeah, Doug Duro. And he was on there and I watched this show and whatever. And then, like, you know how YouTube does when you watch one guy and they start showing you other
the suggestions,
things similar. So what happened was, I saw you and your face was like, you was like that on there, right? So I'm like, what's going on with this guy? So I clicked on the TD. And it changed my life, bro. Because what happened was you inspired me, bro. I started watching your content. Not only did you keep it 100 with the Dolphins, not only are you a great husband and a father, and I saw some of your lives and you were showing us everything that got you to this point. I told Elwood, I said, you know what, man, I want to do what he's doing because he inspired me. He got me through some rough times and didn't even know it. And I wanted to share that with Elwood. Now, how God worked, I didn't even know that Elwood had went to school. What school you went to?
I graduated from Bethune-Cookman.
Let's go. All BC, baby.
Oh,
man, that's what's up, man. I'm
2008
over here.
Oh, all right.
I didn't even know he went to school for radio.
Yeah, I went to school for mass communications. Yes, I did that. But life throw curves and things end up happening. But working with Lee, it's been a pleasure, man, because it's like we brothers, man.
Yes.
We talk it's like peanut butter and jelly. He know when the situation where I'm feeling kind of bad, he come through, calm me down, and vice versa. When he's in the situation and he's about to go off, I calm him down. So it's yin and yang. And one thing about our show, TD, and one thing I like about your show is that you give content and you never disrespect nobody.
That's right.
And that's what I like. And you don't do all that buffoonery. You see some people, they do all this and that. It's good content, and you encourage people, and you be honest, and that's what it's all about. That's what me and Lee like about your show. It's honesty, and it's an objective point of view. You can have a disagreement, but it don't have to be insulting and disrespectful.
Exactly.
I've been a Dolphin fan since 1980.
Yeah, me too.
So we had our ups and downs. And then Lee shared the show, and I'm like, man, I really like this show, man. And it's like you come with good content and you back it up.
And I know your time is short, so let me go real quick. So what happened was when we got together and we said we could do this.
Yes.
We kept watching we sent it to each other. We worked together. We're at work on Sundays when you were actually doing the games, and we got our phones next to us, and we're like, hey, I want to do this. I want to do this. So I did something crazy. I subscribed. And when I subscribed, because I never subscribed to TD before, and then when I subscribed, I messaged him. And you know what happened?
What?
Do you want to know what happened?
Yeah, tell me what happened.
What happened was he responded.
He
responded to me. He gave me a call. And I was like, oh my God, all the things this man has to do. He responded to my text. We ended up speaking on the phone, and here we are today.
Yeah, man.
It's a blessing to know you. It's a blessing to get to watch your show. And we just want to talk Dolphins with you today if it's possible.
Absolutely, man. Well, before we do, man, I just want to say, man, I appreciate you guys having me on. I will say this, man. I think it's about an atmosphere of allowing God to move you where you need to be in life, and every move you make, and being humble and making sure that you understand that God has a plan for everybody. And every day, I just try to make sure that I'm conducive to that plan. So when you hit me up, I know I got a lot to do. I know I'm very busy, but at the end of the day, man, this platform wasn't given to me by me. It was given to me by God with the opportunity to uplift others and uplift his kingdom and what he's doing above all, man. So I was excited to chop it up with you, man, and help in any way I can. So that'll always be the case within my capacity.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. So we're gonna get right into it.
Let's do it.
The Dolphins. Yeah, that's the Dolphins. What do you think? We got a lot of injuries. We got Chubb out now for the year. We don't know what's going to happen with Hunt. We don't know what's going on. In your honest opinion, because you always honest, do you think we got a chance against Buffalo?
Oh, we got a chance for sure. Josh Allen, his shoulder's banged up, and if Josh Allen's going to be mobile, Josh Allen, we're toast. But with that shoulder banged up, how much punishment is he going to want to take? He might want to stay in that pocket, and that's where we have a chance. But yeah, I know all of our injuries got us looking pretty rough right now. But like I said, I try to find the positive in everything, even though it ain't much positive with this team. Whenever I break it all down, but I will say this: there's a big positive that nobody's looking at in our injuries. It's actually it's an exciting part to our injuries. We get a sneak peek, a sneak preview of what it's going to be like if you pay Tua, because in all these young guys, because you can't afford all this talent anyway. Once you pay him, Waddle, Christian Wilkins, everybody, you can't afford them anyway. So now you're going to get a sneak peek of what it's like 2 years from now. So however we do is what you can come to expect. So if we do well, then it's even more the reason why we should move forward in this direction. If we don't, we can't say, oh, well, the injuries are the reason, because 2 years from now, you're going to have to deal with the normal roster like this. I think Dolphin fans don't realize the roster we have now is better than 90% of the NFL when healthy.
Oh, yeah.
That's a luxury. And the only reason you have that luxury is because half of your starters are on a rookie deal. That's not common in the NFL. Typically, you get like 6 to 7 guys that are starters that are on a rookie contract. Maybe you get up to 8 with some teams. But the Dolphins, we're talking 12. 12 players that are starters that are on a rookie deal. Now, those guys got to get paid and no longer be rookies. So you either move on from some of them, and a lot of them are great. So if you move on, it's going to be real hard to find talent just as good, So, yeah, I mean, this team is this is the best team you're going to have this year and next year in a long time, because those salaries got to kick in. People got to understand that rebuild doesn't happen every year. So we're not going to have 3 first-round picks 2 years out of the last 3. So this is a real situation that people need to use as a study of what we should do going forward. Unfortunately, if we fall flat on our face, we're still going to move forward, pay our quarterback and stuff, but we can't sit here and complain for the next 6-7 years if it's same mediocre as always, because you got a sneak peek right now of what it's going to be.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to let Elwood say something, but I just got to say this. I'm all in on the Dolphins. He keeps me positive. I'm positive, but if you get a chance to watch our show sometime too, I got a problem with Tua. Let me tell you, man, Tua, I mean, he's not that franchise quarterback for me. I love him. He's a great man, a great husband, his background, but he's just not that guy for me, man. I'm sorry. And I feel like if you're a go-getter, if you're more like a Patrick Mahomes or any of these quarterbacks out there who can read, who can audible, who can see things and say, you know what, I'm not going to run this play. There's 8 in the box. Let me call another play. I just don't see those things in Tua. Tua, just like TD been saying all this time, he throws the spots. And if Tyreek is not on that team, he's not doing that, what are we going to do? The Tennessee Titans showed us that already. You know what I'm saying? And that's what scares me, man. Am I want to be positive? Yes. Do I want us to win? Yes. But Tua, man, come on. You gotta bring it, brother. You got to bring it. You got to show us what you're worth. If you don't, We got to do something about that, man. We got. He's not worth $5 million. I'm sorry. I just had to say, Usa.
In my opinion, I think Tua needs protection. Now we had one thing I must say, TD. We was able to interview Tony Nathan and another Dolphin legend that I like, my alumni, Larry Little. So in order for the quarterback to be able to do a good job, you have to protect him. All the games are won in the trenches. Now, time is shown when you get this guy time, he's able to get the pass and make the right play. Now, in my opinion, I think the plus pick that we have so far this year will be the running back. I think had he not got hurt, he would have been A-Chain. If A-Chain would have stayed healthy, he would have had an opportunity to win the Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year, for sure.
But the game is won in the trenches. And I think what we need to do is get his time to protect him. I think we have all the right calls. We got the offense, we got the wide receiver, we got Waddle, and we got the running game. Every quarterback has dispositions. Every quarterback has strengths. The strength is he needs protection. He got to get the ball out quick, feed the running back.
What do you think, TD?
I see. I kind of push back on it just a little, because the statistics that I see show that the longer Tua has the ball in his hand, the worse he is. That's why Mike McDaniel he created an offense to get rid of that ball quick. But people need to understand that offense of getting rid of that ball quick cuts off half of the field. If you notice, you go watch film, when he hikes that ball, when he's one way, hey, it don't matter what's happening over there. We can have 5 people wide open. It don't matter. My focus is on these 2 or 3 guys over here. And if it's bottled up and there's nothing there, I don't got to wait until I see something. But we got wide open people over here, but we're not regarding. That's it. McDaniel has created this system. See, what a lot of people need to realize, McDaniel has created something for Tua to look like a franchise quarterback. He has actually done a very good job, because you're only going to run into there's only 5 teams in the league every season that's going to make him look bad and expose his flaws. And you're not going to even play all 5 of them. You'll play 3 maybe all season that'll expose the flaws. And maybe you'll get a one thrown in there on occasions, like the Chargers last year that shocked everybody, 3rd string corners, but they had the game plan. So when you have those elite defenses that are like, I ain't worried about Tua, we know exactly what to do. Get depth. Make them throw over the middle, and we'll get our hand on some of those balls, just like Baltimore, because and we're going to leave the outside the numbers wide open, because he ain't going to throw out there. And if he does, it ain't going to be a great pass. He may have one on occasions where he strikes, but statistically, he is not good outside those numbers, especially the further it gets downfield. So a lot of people have the game plan, but some teams get scared and don't run it. Let me give you an example. The Dallas Cowboys. Why is it that the Dallas Cowboys were the #1 man coverage team in the NFL all season, but when they played us, they played 80% zone?
It's a good question.
80%. And then you go to that Dallas Cowboys game in the 3rd quarter. They had 2 series in a row where they manned up, and we looked abysmal. That's when we were trading back and forth with punts, and they went right back to the zone at the end of the game. So. Now, not to say Tua can't beat man coverage, but what happens is when you have man coverage, when you hike that ball and you look at your first read, is he wide open? He's not wide open, right? Because it's man coverage. So he has to wait for the separation. There's the hesitation. Now the pass rush matters. But when you're playing zone all day, you hike the ball, you just wait on the player to clear his window and you fire the ball. Pass rush we got guys on the O-line getting beat on every play, but it don't matter because the ball already gone. Exactly. And for us, the O-lines play great. Why? Because you're grading it off of Tua not getting touched.
That's right.
That's a part of the scheme. But then when you play the Ravens, when you play Buffalo, and they take away that first read and Tua start patting the ball and get nervous, now all of a sudden, the O-line didn't play well today. They don't play well almost every week. It's just a matter of did they get the ball out quick or not. So I think the problem with our organization or our fan base as a whole, we're looking at things in general and not diving down to the behaviors of what's going on the field. And we're thinking the stats say this, but what's happening on the field is totally different. True. And that's where we're getting all caught up. Tua's stats are immense, but why is it that he hasn't had a good looking, I ain't even going to say great, just a good looking game against a real defense yet? Why is that? And because all we're looking at are the stats, 4,400 yards, almost 30 touchdowns. He's turned it over a little, but I give him a pass on that. But that's all we're looking at is saying, oh, well, he's made improvement and this and that. No, McDaniel has done a great job of continuing to hide his flaws.
But that's what like you're supposed to do.
It is what you're supposed to do, but how do you get over the hump when a team takes away the things that you're good at? And the only way you can beat them is you got to enter into your flaws, and you're just no good in that area. How do you get over that hump?
Because I've been telling him, TD, for the last 2 weeks.
No,
I want to hear this.
I think if you go back in the time, if you look at Eli Manning, when Eli Manning first got to the New York Giants, a lot of people say Eli never showed no emotions. Tiki Barber threw this guy under the bus. You remember that? He said, I can't win nothing. But it was a kumbaya moment where you have leaders on that team, Michael Strahan and Tom Coughlin sat down. Well, it was basically Michael Strahan set up and said, hey, listen, the only way I'm going to be able to win this Super Bowl is we're going to have to trust that you do what you're supposed to do. Every team has a kumbaya moment. Every team has a situation where they get punched in the mouth and they either going to run home or when they see that bully, they're going to stand up and say, you're not going to take my lunch money no more. And I must say, salute to you, TD, how the way you handle yourself at the round table. How that guy from Buffalo was talking was it the Jets?
All of them, just all of them.
But that one guy, he was just talking a lot of smack. You have problems in your house, you keep that in house. Right. But when you out in public, you stand 10 toes down. So to TD, salute. But as for the Giants, how the way Eli was able to turn around, his leaders was Michael Strahan. On our team, our leader is Jalen Ramsey because he won the Super Bowl. Our leader on our team is Tyreek. So we're going to have to tell Tua, say, listen, man, the clock is ticking. If you want to win the Super Bowl, you got to do what all those people are saying, put on your big boy pants and step up and do what you got to do.
It ain't going to happen.
It will happen.
Ain't gonna happen.
But everybody has a kumbaya moment.
They ain't going to have a kumbaya moment. We don't have a kumbaya moment.
Everybody has a situation where you failed this test. And the only way you're going to be able to pass this test is you're going to have to study and you're going to have to say, listen, I'm not going to fail this math test no more. I'm going to put the time in. I'm going to listen to what the teacher's telling me to do my timetable one by one over and over and over.
But how much time do we need? How long it's going to take? We've been waiting a long time. Tua's been here almost 5 years?
Yes.
How long is it going to take?
The point I'm trying to make is, listen, he has to want to do it. And he went through a lot. A lot of people done got hit. He could have just crawled up and he just walked away. But the guy, when Ryan Clark was talking all that stuff to him, he let Ryan Clark know, you're not going to do all this. Sometimes, a person is talking tough, when somebody steps to their face, then they run. But this guy's been quiet, just like Eli. Eli didn't say nothing when he was talking all that stuff to him. But when it was time for him, when he got in the Super Bowl and they played the New England Patriots, Michael Strahan put hands on him. That defense put hands on him. And you could talk tough until you get punched in the mouth. And what Buffalo need is to get punched in the mouth. So, TD, salute to you, brother. How the way you told those guys. You rep the 305.
Now, TD, everything he just said, it ain't no.
No, but I'm just saying.
I'm still trying to figure it out. He didn't answer the question. He didn't answer the question.
The question is to the leaders on our team, the defense, Jalen Ramsey.
They got to step up and get in them.
And they got to let and we lost Bradley Chubb,
Phillips,
but it's the next man up.
And what happened to Nick Needham? I don't even hear his name.
You'll see him now. He's gonna be out there. But let me say this in response to that. You're 1,000% correct. Here's the concern. Here's the issue with it, though. That's what we all want. That's what we all waiting for. That's what we want to see. We want to see Ramsey step up, but have you seen Ramsey say anything other than defending himself? We want to see Tyreek step up and be the leader, and he actually has. The problem is I saw something Sunday that scared me. To your point, because we want exactly what you said. But for the first time, I saw frustration in Tyreek and Mike McDaniel about Tua. Did you see him on that sideline when he threw that pick? That's the first time. That's the first time I ever seen Mike McDaniel react like that all season. Usually he's like, "Oh, don't worry, you'll get it back," and this and that. He was, man, what are you doing? You literally seen him on the sideline for the first time publicly show frustration. Then they went to Tyreek and he was just shaking his head like, "Gosh, man, we trying to come back and look at what you're doing." And that was the first time I seen that iron of protecting him, because even if he do bad, they're going to have his back. For the first time, I saw that iron break, because they know what's at stake at the most critical point of the year, and you can't be coming out doing that. Regardless of the drop touchdowns and this and that, you still didn't help when it mattered most in the middle part of that game. You got to look at the end of the first half and the beginning of the second half. To me, that's what really did the game. At the end of the first half, right there, we're only down 7 points. Interception. Okay? They score off your interception.
Yeah.
Then we go after halftime, they get the ball back. No. Before halftime, we get the ball back 3 and out. And go back to look at them 3 and outs. Bad passes by Tua. He threw one right in the defender's hand, but the defender wouldn't even look. He was shocked it came and he dropped it. I don't know if you remember that one. And then,
I remember.
Then we go to halftime. Okay. And that's where it went from where we should have tied it, because we're having a shootout, to them up 14 points. Right. Then we come out of the half. They score again. That's 3 possessions right there. But let's go, QB. Let's go make it 2 and figure it out. He throws a pick. And then on top of that, our defense actually they get a field goal from that. Our defense from there does us a favor. After a 3 and out, our defense does us a favor and they get the fumble. All right. Here we are. This is the change, the turning point in the game. What happened the very next play? Through the interception. So, and that's why McDaniel and Tyreek, they started having that frustration. And McDaniel actually kind of exposed a little bit when he said the locker room's hurt right now.
Yes.
They're hurting right now because their ultimate goal is no longer attainable. That tells you they wanted to win the AFC. Now, how will they respond about the division? We got to find out. This is where you find out who you got on this roster. And it doesn't matter about the injuries. It don't matter about the injuries. You got it, like you said, next man up. See, everybody want to bring the injuries up, and then when you say it don't matter about the injuries, they want to say, well, at key positions though, nobody has to deal with that. Do you know the Ravens played without their 2 starting corners in that game? Do you know that they had their star safety? One of the best in the NFL out. We're talking about 2 corners and your star safety. Your defense was no different than ours.
That's true.
So
that's what Vic said. You got to come in and bring some plays.
You know something. Every team has a breaking point where it's either you go all in or you just go walk away and go home.
Yeah.
Now, when you remember when 2021, when Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay and Tampa Bay played Kansas City won it. Remember? Tyreek was running all over him, doing this, doing that, and they end up playing that same team in the Super Bowl.
Right.
They had a kumbaya. The coach for Tampa Bay, Bruce Arians, called Tom Brady out, got upset, and then everything just turned around. Those leaders on the defense stepped up. The wide receiver, AB, he stepped up. Chris Godwin stepped up. Mike,
Listen,
the wide receiver. It's all everybody played their part. They all stepped up. Tua's going to step up. It's either he going to step up or we just going to move on, man.
We're not moving on though. If he don't step up, we still not moving on.
Exactly.
I done seen a lot of misery. It's either he going to have to put up or we just going to get somebody else that's going to do it. But we got components around here to help him to do his job.
We do.
Yes. And he has to say to himself, I can't let my teammates down. I can't let myself down. He did step up one point in time this year when he played during the preseason when Ryan Clark was calling him out.
Oh, okay.
Ryan Clark was calling him fat.
Right.
He could have just ignored it, but he just said, "Hey, you're not gonna keep talking."
Well, maybe we need to cuss him out some more. Then.
He gonna have a situation. This is the kumbaya moment right now. It's either you're gonna let the bully take your lunch money, or you're gonna punch him in the mouth when he says, "Here."
Come on,
so
punch him in the mouth.
So let me ask you a question then. If he flakes out versus Buffalo, we go in the first round and he flake out again and we're done. They're still going to keep him.
Yes and no. We might let him go, man. We can get somebody else.
They got the 5th year locked in.
Yes.
So ain't nothing they could do about that. And you got to do an extension now. What you going to make him play through his 5th year?
Well, TD, and as I told Lee, I'm not going to think about if I'm going to play for right now. We got that opportunity to win. I'm going to stay positive. TD, let me share something.
Yeah.
I graduated from high school that was 0-10. So I saw a lot of losing. And when you get the right coach, the right culture, and you get the right people around those players, things are happening. We got the pieces in there. He going to either have to step up or we just going to move on.
He's been stepping up for 5 years, Elwood. He's not going to
step up.
Is he taking baby steps?
No, he's taking big steps. Man.
Toddler?
He had the situation with Ryan Clark.
Man, I ain't talking about no
company. But he had a situation when he was at Alabama.
If we don't do well and we lose the next 2 games,
I'm going to stay positive.
Okay, we stay positive. But if we don't win the next 2 games and we flake out,
we're not going to flake out.
I'm just saying, if we do, we got to get rid of Tua. We got to find a way to trade somebody.
It's not happening. It's not.
I know it ain't. So we can pray.
So if you got a big nose, you just gonna cut your face off?
No, but I'm saying, do you want to keep him for another 5 years? This is my opinion. Now, don't get into your feelings. I'm just saying, either we're gonna stick with him like TD said. They already gave him the 5th year option. They're already saying that you the guy. But man, this has been a long time.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Mm-hmm. I think we should just feed the ball to A-Chain, right? And then necessary.
We see.
Yeah, but TD, you want to pay a guy $50 million to do that?
No,
I won't stay positive.
He ain't worth $10 million. What you mean 55?
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. I stay.
So what about Zach Wilson?
If I can get Tua for about $25 million a year, we can maybe afford to keep trying at this and put enough around him, because it's always going to be about what's around him, because he's not a carrier. See, we're talking about him showing up to do his job well. That's just at a bare minimum. We don't like Lamar is a carrier. Lamar will put you on the back. Mahomes can, the guys who can extend plays, who can make something out of nothing, who could, nobody open. Are you going to get sacked? Or are you going to scramble and then wait till somebody get open or take off and make them pay? We don't have that guy. We have a guy who has to be in the structure of the offense, and anything that isn't perfect in that structure, it's a wrap. And all those other guys, if the structure breaks down, that's when their name is called and to get them out of it, and they do. So that's what the Miami Dolphins got to deal with. That's who we have. So, and here's the thing: when you pay him, I think, but if you pay him, I'm gonna stick with what you're saying. If you pay him, you ain't gonna be able to afford to have all the structure around him. You can't have Tyreek making 30 and Waddle making 30, because by the time Waddle got to get his money, that's going to be the market. It's impossible. Mm-hmm. You're already going to lose Xavier Howard next year because he out here getting toasted every week. So, but at the same token, who you going to replace him with? What are the odds of finding the next prime Xavier Howard? You see, we need to replace Teron Armstead. He's injury prone, and even if he stays next year, you're only getting 10 games. So what are you going to find for that? You know, Connor Williams ain't under contract, will be an unrestricted free agent to hit the market. You're going to be bidding, and you can't afford to bid for him. So now we need a new dedicated center. Or are you going to keep going with Liam Eichenberg, who just sustained an injury as well? There's too many guys that got to get paid. So at the end of the day, if you pay Tua, which I think they will because they want to be right about the whole Flores thing. So since they're going to pay Tua, Christian Wilkins got to go. Yeah. And who are you going to replace with him? Because Raekwon Davis ain't getting it done.
None.
Bradley. And here's the crazy thing:
he out for a whole year.
Yeah, you only have this year and next year to compete before that money start. You know, you can't even come close to affording this amount of talent in 3 years. So next year, we already know that we're going to start the season without a starting defensive end.
Yep.
Chubb nor Phillips should be ready week 1. At the earliest, Phillips will probably be ready in week 3 or 4. At the earliest, if we're lucky. Because it's a 9 to 12 month process. Most players take 11. Most players take 11. You know, they're back on the field in 9, but they're, you know, dressing, limited for 2 months. You know, remember Nick Needham and all those guys in camp? They were ready for camp, but the whole month and a half, they were on the sideline. They didn't play till like week 3 or something. And some of them had setbacks. So you're going to start a season next year without a single starting DN because Ogbah's gone. You're not picking up that big old contract. So
that's true.
We don't even know like what we should do about the defensive end position for the first 4 to 6 games next year. And what, you're going to pay a real good defensive end and then have a log jam at the position when the other guys come back? We're in some real circumstantial trouble.
Thank you, Chris Greer.
We're like legitimately, we have some real circumstantial issues, whether it be the money and or injuries. So you got to do it now, and you got to do it with the depleted roster that's banged up, because this is a sneak preview of your future anyway. So if you couldn't do it with everybody, what make you think you're going to do it without? So you got to do it now. You got to prove it now. If you can't prove it even right now with the current injuries, then we're playing ourselves. We're playing ourselves. The future ain't going to get better for us.
That's true. We got to have faith. I have faith.
Yeah.
Elwood has faith. I know TD, you have faith.
For this year. For this year.
Yes, this year. We got to do it this year.
Yeah, we got to have a moment where everybody step in and say, listen, this is now or never. And I believe this is the time we're going to punch Buffalo right in the mouth. This is right. We're exactly where we wanted it.
We got to.
We will. I'm telling you, in my opinion, TV, and the only thing we have to do is keep feeding the ball to HA. I was a little upset in the beginning because we didn't get Dalvin Cook, but then I think that was a smart move. Wish it was.
TD,
especially with HA.
I know your time is limited, and I know you probably got some other things to do. Is there anything you would like to share with our group? Because we really appreciate you being on the show today, man. You don't even know how big of a blessing this is.
Oh, yes, it is. Thank you.
Guys, just keep on pumping out the great content, man, and they'll continue to come and have fun doing it. But y'all got to come on my show soon, all right? Please.
Yeah, whenever you want us.
All right, cool. I got you. We'll link up back channels, and we'll schedule it hopefully sooner rather than later. Hopefully next week or something like that. If you guys can come through, we could chop it up longer than this. You know, have a good time together.
Yes, for sure.
But yeah, man, thanks for having me. Daddy Duty's call. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man.
Thank you, my brother.
All right.
And fins up no matter what.
We love you.
Thank you, man.
Brother. Thank both of y'all, man.
We'll keep in touch.
All right, we'll do, bro.
All right, love. All right, appreciate you. We still doing what to do. All right, so this is what we're gonna do, guys. We just enjoyed having this conversation with TD. You know, me and Edward, we go back and forth all the time about it, and I want to give Edward some flowers as well. My brother, I appreciate you coming and being with me. It's a blessing to be with you every single day, not only at work, but doing what we do here.
Oh, yes.
We want to stay again. Thank you, TD.
Thank
because you brought us even closer. We were already close, but this is even more closer. We're like brothers now. You know what I'm saying? We have our differences here and there.
I like the heat,
but I love this guy. What you say? You like fried chicken?
Yes.
And I like baked.
Yes.
So, you know, but it's all good. And we really do hope the Dolphins do win. We really want that to happen. Even though I got my differences. Tua. Come on, Tua. You got to do this, Tua. But I don't know, man. I say, man, he got to just sit up and say, he tired of people talking stuff. Yes.
He going to punch the bully in the mouth.
Punch him.
He already did one bully in the mouth, Ryan Clark.
Right.
Now the next bully we going to do is Buffalo. He going to dodge.
Come on. We're going to support you, Tua. We really are. We love the Miami Dolphins. Yes. And I feel like Mike McDaniels need to come with this great offensive plan. Yes. And we might have to do a shootout with them. We because the defense is a little depleted with so many injuries. Yes. But I feel like if we outscore them, we just got to outscore them. We got to keep going up and run that score up to beat this game because Buffalo coming, man.
You like I said, man, person talk tough until they get punched in the mouth. Mm-hmm. And one thing about Josh Allen, right? You put pressure on him, you hit him, you make him uncomfortable.
He gonna bust.
And one thing about Stephon Diggs, he's very emotional. Mm-hmm. He don't get the ball.
Well, how can you make his pipe bust?
Well, I remember when we played.
You got to put two people on him. You think?
No. Well, when we played Buffalo the first time, mm-hmm. I said somebody had to put hands on. Stephon Diggs, make things uncomfortable for him. Right. And we dropped the ball on that. Oh. And we dropped the ball and putting pressure on Josh Allen. We got to make things very uncomfortable.
Make him uncomfortable.
Once we do that, man, we're going to be good to go.
Yeah, well, I want them to put hands, feet, elbows, helmet, whatever you got to do.
And on top of that, we have to run the ball. Make things very difficult. We know our quarterback has his disposition. Everybody has strengths. Everybody has weaknesses. His strength, he got one of the quickest releases. We got a good wide receiver right there who can bail him out.
Right.
You just give him a screen, he gonna take it to the house.
And I'm gonna reserve my negativity.
It's not
to the end of the season.
Well, it's just so you get frustrated, bro.
I do. I get frustrated.
That's all it is. You want something cooked right, and the food come out burn.
Yeah,
you gonna get upset.
I'm gonna get upset.
Yeah, so yeah, I get it.
Mm-hmm. But if it's like when you be at the light and the light turn green, mm-hmm. and you gotta go burp. Mm-hmm. What they still waiting there for? The light is green. Why we still sitting here?
Yeah,
you get frustrated, man. I'm a little frustrated with the loss, but you know what? We're gonna move forward.
Yeah,
put it behind us.
We got A-Chain, man.
A-Chain.
A-Chain ran that ball pretty well, man.
He ran,
and it showed me the way he played. We feed him.
Feed him.
He hungry. Give him the ball and watch him run.
Yeah, watch him run. And what do you think about TD?
Oh,
TD, did you enjoy talking?
Oh man, that's why I didn't know he graduated from Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah.
So we've seen a lot of messages up there too. But one of the things, we persevere.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you before. I don't want to make sure I forget. Mm-hmm. I want to thank TD again, and I want you guys to go check out TD PHINS Talk.
Yes.
It's on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share. This gentleman is very, very good at what he does. You saw how he talked. He knows his business with the Dolphins, and we're just trying to get there as well. So once again, shout out to TD. Much love. So any final thoughts you want to have, Edward?
I want to say thank you to
Mark. Exactly. See, one part that we left out about the story for when we met TD and we decided to do this, it was a gentleman who happened to come into our job, and I was a little upset. I'm like, wow, we're not getting the YouTube channel up like we want to. And this guy named Mark, who's an avid Dolphin fan, came in and he saw me when we head down. He said, Lee, what's wrong, man? I said, man, I got to learn this stuff. I got to get an editor and this and that. And I want to do it right away, and I just don't have the time. And Mark said, I got you. Yeah, I got you. Shout out to Mark, because all this what you're seeing right now is because Danny, our editor, is making it happen. Thank you, Danny. We'll give you a shout out. Appreciate you, my brother. None of this would be possible without you. Much love. We got your back. Where we go, you go. Exactly. You go, we go. We're all in this together. We love, man. We got to give you your flowers. Not possible without Danny.
Yes, to God be the glory. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark, for showing us and giving his phone number, because if it wasn't for you doing that, what would we be doing right now? We'd probably be at work right now.
No.
Well, we ain't working right now. We off.
Yeah.
We off. Enjoying the holidays. And it's the first video of the new year.
Let's go.
You know what? I'm happy.
The key word is New Year.
New Year. We ain't forgot about the contest now.
We moving on up.
We moving on up like Jaws and Wheezy.
305, baby.
305.
Next thing we're gonna do this Sunday, you know, the game gonna be an elite 8 o'clock game. So we're gonna punch Buffalo right in the mouth. Bam!
It's at night?
Yeah.
Oh wow, they better bring their flashlight.
No, don't worry about it. It's squeeze right here in the 305.
Okay.
So get your food,
get it.
Your ribs, get your Tony Matt special. And
yes.
2 or more, he's at your door.
Yes.
Check us out, man. TOTD.
TOTD.
I want to give a shout out to
you know what I'm gonna say?
No, what you gonna say?
Do you know what I'm gonna say?
Before you say something, let me shout out my boy Alan Sparks. It's for you, brother Nut. That's my another Bethune-Cookman alumni.
Oh, okay.
All right.
What's the name again?
Alan Sparks.
Sparks.
AKA Brother Nut. That's for you, brother.
Brother Nut.
Yeah.
Okay.
We used to get down up there in Wildcats.
Bro. Oh, all right. There now. I ain't even gonna ask you what the last part of it, man. But anyway, with 2024.
We moving on up, baby.
Let's do this, my brother. Like, share, subscribe. There's more to come. You know what I'm gonna say?
No, what you
do you know what I'm gonna say?
No, man. Tell them what you gonna say.
Deuces.